Critics told ADC they couldn't do it. They went to court to stop it. They threatened to revoke licenses. They denied them venues. They sent INEC to derecognize their leaders. They scheduled Supreme Court hearings for the same day. They did everything, everything, to make sure April 14, 2026 never happened. And yet, on that same day, April 14, 2026, at the Rainbow Event Center in Gariki, Abuja, over 1,500 delegates from across Nigeria's 36 states and the FCT looked the entire machinery of the ruling establishment dead in the eye and held their national convention. This is the story you need to hear. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, please subscribe to the channel. Now let me take you through this properly, because the layers of this story are deep. This was not just a political convention, this was a test. A test of whether the opposition politics can survive in Nigeria under the Tinubu administration. And what happened on April 14 has sent a message that the APC did not want to be sent. Let's start from the beginning. The ADC is Nigeria's new opposition party that has been rapidly emerging as a platform attracting prominent figures from the PDP and APC defectors, and other opposition blocs seeking a credible alternative ahead of 2027. And that growth, that momentum, is precisely what made the ruling establishment nervous. The first weapon they deployed was the courts. The party remains split between two major factions, the David Mark faction and the Nafiu Balagombe faction. The Nafiu Balagombe faction challenged the legality of Mark's leadership, with INEC having suspended recognition of the Mark-led leadership and removed their names from its portals, citing a Court of Appeal order to maintain the status quo pending further litigation. Think about that for a second. INEC, the umpire of Nigerian democracy, removed the names of David Mark and Rauf Areboshala from its official portal just 2 weeks before the convention. INEC officially removed the names of Mark as national chairman and Areboshala as national secretary from its official portal and website on April 1. April Fool's Day anyway. Whether that was intentional or not, only God knows. But they were not done. The Supreme Court scheduled a hearing on the Marks case, appeal number SC-CV/180/2026, for the same very date, April 14th, the exact day of the convention itself. Let's sink that in. The highest court in the land had a case hearing scheduled for the same day the ADC wanted to hold its national convention. That is not a coincidence. That is choreography. And then came the venues. The ADC applied to use Eagle Square, the same prestigious grounds where inaugurations happen, where APC rallies happen. The letter addressed to FCC Minister Nyesom Wike, dated April 7, was signed by ADC National Organizing Secretary Prince Chinedu Idigo, formally requesting Eagle Square for the convention. Wike's office received the letter and sent no response. Dead silence. Then they tried Moshood Abiola National Stadium. Also denied. Party leaders allege external interference in the venue selection process, a claim that further heightened political tensions surrounding the event. So the ADC found the Rainbow Event Center in Gariki, booked it, paid all the fees, set up for the conventions, and then the night before this happened, ADC National Publicity Secretary Bolaji Abdullahi alleged that the management of Rainbow Event Center informed the party that they had come under pressure from the FCDA and Minister of FCT, Nyesom Wike, that if he allows the ADC to use its facilities, his license will be revoked. a private business owner was being threatened by the federal government for the crime of renting out his hall to an opposition party. Abdullahi did not mince words. He said, coercing a private business owner to deny a lawfully registered opposition party the use of a venue is not a governance. It is not politics. It is the naked conduct of a regime that has lost the argument, lost the people, and now reaches for the boot because it has nothing else left. But even that was not enough to stop them. The ADC announced a new venue, plot 1193A, off Southern Parkway, Gariki Area 8, Abuja, located behind FCDA/AGIS building in proximity to the NTA headquarters, Area 11. Almost as if to say, we will hold this convention in your backyard if we have to. And on the morning of April 14 itself, a federal high court in Abuja, in a ruling delivered by Justice Joyce Abdul Malik, ordered the party to suspend its planned national convention, directing the party to maintain the status quo pending the hearing and determination of a suit filed by 7 aggrieved members. A court order on the morning of the convention. If that is not political interference, dressed in a legal gown, then I don't know what else is. The party leadership, led by Chieftain Dr. Ladan Salihu, insisted the convention was good to go, arguing that they will not be bullied out of their democratic right to organize. And they were not. Despite all the setbacks, the alleged denial of access to preferred venues, the legal battles, the INEC friction, the convention proceeded as scheduled. And who showed up? Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, Rotimi Amechi, Rauf Areboshola, and ADC National Chairman David Mark. The who and who's of the Nigerians' opposition politics, all in one room, all in one day, all in defiance. At the end of the voting, the chairman of the ADC Electoral Subcommittee and former governor of Imo State, Emeka Ihedioha, announced that a total of 1,576 delegates were accredited. A total of 1,471 delegates, representing 94%, voted yes to amend the party's constitution. 94%, not exactly the portrait of a divided, struggling party that the establishment wanted the world to see. Atiku Abubakar, speaking at the convention, did not hold back. I will not end this remark without indicting the chairman of INEC and INEC itself, because it is clear. The evidence is there. INEC is being used to scuttle democracy in this country. We fought the military to bring democracy in this country, and we are going to fight them to bring democracy in this country. And David Mark, a man who has been seen every season of Nigerian politics, stood before those delegates and said something remarkable. Years from now, Nigerians will look back at this day, Tuesday, April 14, and ask, where were you when the ADC stood up? Where were you when the government made every attempt to silence the voice of the people? And in response, thousands of sons and daughters of Nigeria gathered in Abuja and said unequivocally, democracy will not die under our watch. And former Governor Leah Imoke, chairman of the Convention Planning Committee, summed it up simply. We gather here today in a defining moment for our nation. This is not merely a convention, it is a gathering of purpose. A gathering of purpose, that is what April 14 was. The APC deployed every tool, INEC, the courts, venue owners, the FCT minister, and still the ADC stood. Whether you support the ADC or not, what happened in Abuja yesterday is a moment that every Nigerian who believes in democracy should take note. Because the question this raises for 2027 is simple. If they are this afraid of a convention, what will they do when the vote starts counting? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like this video if you believe democracy must survive in Nigeria. Subscribe if you are not yet on board, and share this because this is a story Nigerians needs to hear. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.